What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at 5 fights that need to be happening in 2026. For the first video of 2026, I thought there was no other way to start things off than looking at some of the most anticipated fights of the year. Starting off with Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry. Now, this one might come to a surprise for some people because some people might have other dudes in line to face Islam at 170. For me, though, this is the one that makes the most sense. In my opinion, Prates or Morales haven't done enough to challenge for a title. Morales only has the win over Brady. Prates has a loss to Garry. It just doesn't make sense for either of them to be jumping above him. Considering Ian Garry just beat the former champ in Bilal. Yeah, he didn't finish him. Yeah, he doesn't really finish anybody. But he's still the clear #1 contender in my opinion because he's beaten a lot of tough dudes. He fights anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And he's also just been kind of a guy who wants to speak a bit. He likes to be a bit of a yapper. He's been chirping Islam. So why not? Why not? If there's beef there, if there's a little bit there, why not try and pursue it? Islam needs to defend the belt at 170, and I think he's got a lot of tough dudes in front of him, starting with Ian Garry. Number 2. JDM versus Carlos Prates. This is another fun fight I really want to see go down this year. 2 of my favorite strikers at 170 and in the UFC entirely, honestly. These guys would make for a really fun scrap. 3 rounds, 5 rounds, doesn't matter. Lock these 2 in a cage and you're guaranteed action. Now, this kind of goes with my last fight in which things kind of have to play out for this to actually happen. Of course, this would kind of mean Garry gets to fight Islam or Morales gets to fight Islam for the belt, and that would leave Prates and JDM open for a potential fight. So hopefully that happens because I think this fight makes a lot of sense. I mean, Prates, I love him, but he still needs to do a little bit more to get to the title. And why not go out there and beat a guy like JDM? That definitely gets you to the belt. Coming in at number 3, I have a bit of a grudge match. It's Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. A fight that I think should have already been booked after Volk's fight with Lopez the first time. Like, this rematch should not have been booked at all, but whatever. This fight needs to happen at some point. Whether Lopez has the belt, whether he doesn't have the belt, this fight needs to happen because this is 2 of the most fun, exciting strikers at 145, and these dudes do not like each other whatsoever. We saw at that press conference back in April of last year, those 2 were yapping. They were going back and forth, talking about each other's gyms, talking about each other's heritage. They don't like each other. It's a fun grudge match that I think you can put as a co-main to almost any title fight on any pay-per-view. This one really just feels like a fun matchup that all the fans deserve to see. Now, these last 2 for some people are going to be seen as major hypotheticals and probably fights that aren't going to happen because of the way the matchmaking has been over the past 12 months. The UFC can't seem to get any big fights made, but I'm going to say that I want to see them anyways and that we need to see them. So first up, we have Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira at heavyweight for a heavyweight title. And that's my main stipulation for this fight. If Alex Pereira is going to go up to heavyweight, it has to be for a heavyweight title, and he has to have the opportunity to be the first fighter ever to be a champion in 3 different divisions. That's the only way a move to heavyweight makes sense for me. I don't want to see him go up and fight John Jones in some bullshit gimmick fight that's not going to mean anything. Like, yeah, obviously that spectacle would still be cool, but it'd be a lot cooler if it was against Tom for the actual belt. Luckily, if this fight does happen, I think I'm going to get my wish because Dana White does not seem to be a fan whatsoever of including John Jones at the White House or in a fight with Pereira whatsoever. So if we do get Pereira's move to heavyweight this year, I think it will be against Aspinall. I'm honestly not even sure how much I believe Pereira is actually going to win. I just want to see it happen. I mean, imagine if he actually does go out there, he knocks out Tom Aspinall somehow and becomes a heavyweight champion and the first guy ever in UFC history to become a 3-division champion in such a short amount of time with such a little MMA background. I mean, you're 100% the GOAT. And lastly, but certainly not least, you guys probably already guessed it, it's Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. I'm not sure how likely I think this fight is going to happen, but what I will tell you is I think it absolutely needs to. This could go down as one of the biggest fights in UFC history, period. These are 2 of the biggest stars in the sport. They're in the headlines, some for the wrong reasons. Of course, that stuff going on with Topuria right now and his whole trial regarding his family, whatever, all that shit. That stuff obviously puts you in the spotlight, and that could mean for big things once he comes out of this situation. I think Topuria versus Islam is strong enough of a fight to headline the White House. I know it's probably going to be a little weird having a Russian and a Georgian headline the main event of an American-based card, but I mean, who gives a shit? Like, these are the two best fighters in the UFC, hands down. This is the fight everybody wants to see. It only makes sense that these two fight at the White House for the lightweight title, which is the other key thing here. I don't want to see Ilya go up to 170 and fight Islam. If these two fight, it has to be at 155. That's the level playing field. That's where both of these guys are at. Honestly, yeah, Islam decided to move up to 170, but he's really a 155er, and his legacy's at 155, and the fight with Topuria is at 155. Topuria is the lightweight champ. He's challenging Islam to come back down and to fight him because that's a fight we all want to see. So obviously that's going to be number one on my list. It's probably number one on a lot of your guys' list. Do I really think it's going to happen? I think it's really unlikely. If Islam doesn't want to come down, it's not going to happen. So it's honestly really up to Islam at this point. Topuria, he'll be back at some point. And if the Islam Makhachev fight ever presents itself, obviously Topuria is going to jump all over that. So if it's going to happen, the ball's in Islam's court. So there you guys have it. Those are 5 fights that I think need to happen in 2026. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you agree with my picks? Do you not agree? Also, drop some of the fights you want to see this year down below in the comments. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm excited for 2026. I got a lot of exciting stuff planned, so I'm excited to share it with you all. Thank you all for watching this video. Once again, I'll see you all in the next one.